Hello world, this is Talkin Live. We have a special guest today, me. Okay, today, as I sit here, I take my pad here and I look up and I see so many things are going on. Our government, it seems like it's just falling apart. We all hope for the best, but it seems to be the worst that just keeps coming. We have a young man that got it in his head that he should kill Donald Trump. We have it in Washington trying to get rid of Joe Biden. And I think America should pray for Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I don't like his policies, and that's my right, but he is a man, a human being with feelings. And we should think about that. As far as Donald Trump, people wanted to say, oh, I have people told me basically they wish they had killed him. Is that a country? I want to know, is this a country where there's so much chaos? Our CIA is corrupt. Our FBI is corrupt. And then we got the Secret Service. You know, I like to say this to your Secret Service. Did you ever hear of getting a helicopter to fly around and see if there's anyone on top of these buildings? You're not secret no more. You used to be secret. FBI used to be patriots. Also, local governments and cities, chaos constantly. Is this America now, or is this America the future? I want to see America's future that has opportunities for all people. I want to see a country that I was born in be working for itself, not against one another. You know, it don't matter if it's Donald Trump or Joe Biden. The Secret Service should have been more thorough, and the local police than they were. I mean, if it had been Joe Biden that they shot at, or he shot at, it would still be wrong that he was not mostly protected for what, it's just what he stands for. I can't understand, I'm not really educated. I'm not putting myself down. I mean, I just didn't fall off a banana boat. I can see what's going on. It's one party against another party. It's a chaos between all people. I mean, I would question my government if I didn't. I would question my government if I didn't know what was going on. But I see what's going on. There's no use in questioning the government. We see one side try to defeat the other side, no matter the cost. I mean, where's Donald Trump or any politician or no matter what, we're a party, what it party, independent, what it is. Kennedy. You know, he's running for president. He should be protected too. And I understand today he had a lot of trouble getting the Secret Service to protect him. That's his right as a candidate for president, whether Democrat, Republican, or communist, or whatever he is, which there shouldn't be no communists running for any office here in the United States. Our Congress that have communist people running in and trying to change America to the way they see it. Well, America's fine the way it began. America's fine the way it is now if people just come together. There's nothing wrong with America. America's a great place to live. America is a country that the whole world would love to be in. But we can't fit them all in here. We can't forget that that we're only one country that cannot, but people are forgetting that we're only one country that so many people can live in. So many people can work and have a job and have a home and have, there's so many coming to this country looking for a better life. And then there's others coming to make money on drugs and crooked and unbelievable crimes to make a dollar. But America is the greatest place on earth. Everybody in this country that have gained popularity, have gained riches, have gained whatever they have in this country to have a good life, came from our freedom to work where we want to start a business, and to have a nice home, to live in a nice neighborhood. And all these homeless people on the streets, they wouldn't all of them be homeless if our government took care of our people. There wouldn't be all these homeless people. There wouldn't be all this chaos if our government would stick to our freedom and their rights as American citizens. You know, if you own 50 houses at $50 million apiece and you work for it and you made it here in this country, now why would you side with some other party that would destroy that for you? Or if you had a job and you was making all this money, and it all goes back to the CIA, FBI, all the different U.S. Marshals, cities, sheriffs, detectives, whatever, it all goes back to keep us a free country. But all of them have changed. They're not the same patriots. I ain't talking about no organization. I'm talking about they're not the same people that helped build this country and protected this country to protect this country. People will lose their position and their benefits in a country without freedom, without justice. People lose all they work for without that. If people come together and work together and lay aside all this racism and all this stuff that, you know, people hate somebody because They don't even know them. If they've never sat down with them, they never eat with them, they never spent a night with them, they never had a party with them, they don't even know them in their heads. But it goes back to this. Hate and a divided country will destroy itself. You don't have to worry about no nuclear weapon. You won't have to worry about an invasion of another country because we American people today are letting our government rule us. Letting them rule us and tell us what we need, what we don't need. We can't cook on our gas stove. We can't do this. We can't. Just blowing my mind and cause me to wonder where I'm at. I remember when I was a little boy, my daddy worked and he was a painter. He painted houses. He worked real hard, but he accomplished something. He was 96-year-old when he died. And back then, the FBI, the Secret Service, and all law enforcement was more for their country and the people than they are now. John Kennedy got shot for no reason. John Kennedy was a good president. I'm not, I was raised Republican. I believe in most of the Republican stuff, but not all of it. They're just as corrupt as the Democrats when it comes right down to it. They're looking hooray for them and the hell with us. That's what they're doing now. All this bickering and fussing and Marjorie Green, all of them, and I've asked her to be on their show. I don't believe in that crap. I don't believe that a country that's supposed to be tied together and work together, I don't believe that they're going to bicker. They're going to sit down and reason with one another. I'll call one another names, and that's both sides. I'm talking about Republican, whatever side you're on. But the main side you need to be on is your freedom and our freedom if you're a politician. You can't like Donald Trump because of what he says, but you like Donald Trump because he does. You can't hate Joe Biden because he's Joe Biden, but you can disagree with what he does. The same thing with Trump. But you don't just take the whole government and turn it into a Venezuela. And we talk about Russia, we talk about China, their human rights and all that stuff. They're corrupt over there too. Remember when China took over Hong Kong? You remember how those people got out and protested, and what happened? Because the more powers within the government of China destroyed the freedom of Hong Kong. Don't tell me, I know I got friends that live in Hong Kong. I got friends that live in China. And you know what's best about me? And I'm not bragging on myself. I know what's going on. I've talked to people, Iran, Palestine, Pakistan, all these different countries, all these different cultures. I know their feelings. I know their thoughts because I have talked to them. I have worked with them. And so Don't say that and don't urinate down my neck and tell me it's raining, because I know it ain't. That's the trouble with this country now. Somebody, our government is urinating down your neck and you think it's raining. It ain't raining. They rained a while around here. But it comes out of the clouds when it's raining. It don't come from other people. They try to tell you something that you know is nothing but a lie. A lie is what's destroying this country. Every American is not racist because they don't agree with one another. That don't make them racist, because one tries to take the other's right away, or the other takes the other, try to take the other's right away. That don't make them racist. It just makes them disagreeing. I disagree with some of my friends, but they're all my friends. See, there's a difference than disagreeing and turning your disagreeing into hate because you see it one way and they see it another. And that's what's wrong with this country. What is the truth? The Bible said, you shall know the truth, and it shall set you free. In other words, you won't be wondering all the time, is this right or is this not right? It's simple. These preachers they take, and I'm getting off the subject, but it goes along with this country. We got preachers as like politicians. They all disagree with one another. And they try to tell people, make them believe a lie and be damned. I mean, you know, if you tell somebody not to jump off a cliff, it'll kill them. And you tell them that, that's not being, that's just the fact and truth. I mean, that sudden stop will kill you every time. But that's what it's about. And see, our government is not built on truth anymore. It's built on deceit and destruction. All we talk about, we're in a war where it would have been Donald Trump, where it would have been Joe Biden. We are in a war with words of different countries. It wasn't because of Joe Biden every time, it's because Joe Biden don't know how to deal with this. And they deal with them, and they disagree with him, just like it would with Donald Trump or any other president. I mean, I was a Reagan man. I love Reagan. But I also love John Kennedy. Was a great Democratic president. He done more for the poor people than any president I know that I can say today, but not doing any research. What I've seen out of John Kennedy when I was a young boy, I seen people that didn't have a bite in the house to eat was able to go and stand in line and get these little coupons and go get food. Fact is, I'm not ashamed of it. I got $38 worth of food stamp when I was young. I lived in a house, no ice, no water. And I took that $38 and I bought this bags after bags of groceries that's back in the 70s, I think. But I'm just saying, if we'll let one another on each other if us, the people, will let our leaders come together and sit down and talk what's best for our country. Not telling us when we can go to the bathroom or when we can go down the street, bossing us around, telling us what we can do and where we can go, how we have to raise our children. Now, there's some parents that need somebody to tell them how to raise their children. There's people out there today that need somebody to tell them how to even take care of a dog. But this is all about freedom. This is all about what's right. And our government is not right. It's not doing the right thing for our politicians because they disagree. They don't care if one gets killed or the other gets killed. And I want everybody to realize that Joe Biden, you might disagree with him. I don't like his policy. I don't care too much for him. But he's a human being. He's a man with feelings. And don't make fun of him because he's old. And you're going to be old one day. You might not even make it as far as he has. See, that's the problem. People today are not trying to hold their leaders up. Of course, our politicians are not doing their job by arguing and fussing with other parties. Coming up with one thing to destroy another. Coming up with another thing that they think's best for us and that don't do nothing but hurt us. But see, when I go to the grocery store, I see what's going on. I know we need solar energy. I know we need all this stuff. I know we need to start taking care of our country and our world because of all the pollution. I see it. I know where it comes from. I can tell you how bad it can hurt the ground, the water, and all. Because I've been in the recycling business for 30 years. And you don't know, when you take that computer, that old computer, you throw it in a dumpster. It rains on it, and it's got nickel metal hydrate, maybe battery, or lithium-ion battery that powers up that board on there, and it can pollute the ground when it rusts and it breaks open. That lithium leaks out. That lead solder that's on that board. But see, we need, as Americans, to come together and work together for our country. It's our responsibility to help people that are hungry in other countries as a rich nation, but it ain't our responsibility to pay for the wars that other countries start. If you're going to start a war, you buy your own weapons before you start. You gather up the cost of what it's going to cost for that war, and you put that ink pen to it, and you figure it. And don't figure on America to support your desire, your war. I don't care if you're Israel, who you are, Pakistan, Palestine, China, Russia, whatever. Don't depend on America. Let America stay free and let America work together and be able to take care of itself, and what's left over, take care of the hungry. That's our duty. It's like a church. If you have a church and you're collecting all this money, you're riding around that private jet. If you're riding around in that private jet and people's out there starving to death and you think you're special, you're not. You just think you are. You ain't no prophet, you ain't nothing but another gimmick to make money. That's all you are. Been in all year. And I just see it that way, and I can't be no other way than what I am. I have to say what I believe and what I think is right. People that are going hungry today, and there's people out there giving these men that call themselves prophets, prophetesses, and just like the government, our government, taking advantage of our people and not protecting our country and our leaders. I mean, if I was over security for my country and I had the Joe Biden or whoever it was doing a rally and he was in the open or he was inside, I would have helicopters flying over. I'd have all that stuff strings. So you're not too secret no more. Your secrets are coming out now. Your FBI. You're not doing your job. And I seen Joe Biden walking up the steps in a plane. Somebody should have been walking closer to him in case he failed. That's not looking at your president. You know the man is sick. He's got COVID. You should have had an agent close to him when he walks up them steps, because he could fail and kill himself. That's what I call security for our leaders. If you live long enough, men, you both live long enough, you might not know who you are one day. God bless all of you people out there.